Okay, so I'm standing here in Mountain View. Am I in Mountain View?
Los Gatos.
Okay, I am in Los Gatos, and the cats.
Yes.
And I'm standing here with two young people. And do you mind sharing your ages?
22.
22? 19? Okay. And I want to know what you guys think about space. What does space mean to you?
Off the top of my head, it'd be like curiosity, I guess, right? Like, there's a lot of more questions than answers when I think of space. It feels like there's a lot to be known. Kind of same thing way I think about the ocean. There's a lot more to be understood and known about those spaces.
Yeah.
It's kind of the first thing that comes to mind for me.
Yeah.
I feel like the like potential of academia and like all that there is to like explore and research and like learn about our universe and all of that.
Help us better understand ourselves,
Yeah, no,
and
for
the
sure.
planet that we inhabit, that kind of thing.
So if you could do anything that had to do with space,
Sorry, what was that?
if you could do anything that had to do with space, any experiment, anything at all with space, what would you do?
It's a fantastic question. I mean, I always wanted to experience zero gravity, but that's not space, right? That's just kind of something selfish for myself. But I think, like, space-wise, I mean, I would love to be able to, like, I mean, this is cool because it wasn't space, but an actual, like, moon rock or something from space, like, to mess around with something like that and see how it reacts different to other things compared to the rocks here on our planet. That kind of thing's interesting to me.
Okay.
For me, I mean, quantum theory is kind of like my dream like field. So I feel like studying particles and like how like they could move and like react and like interact with each other on different planets and or in like different galaxies, like universe, everything, stuff like that. Just seeing how far like away and how much it differs from here. That would be sick.
Okay. And if you guys could change something that we're doing right now, what would you change?
I think it's crazy timing just because we just sent the like, what is it, 11 ladies into space. I think that thing was a little bit sort of similar to the underwater submarine sort of. It felt a little bit less educational and more, feels like there's a lot of women who are in astrophysics and, you know, are really, really passionate about space and could have made that trip a little bit more beneficial for, I don't know, it just felt a little bit strange to me. you
Okay.
know?
I feel like having it be more accessible to people, like instead of having it be like driven for profits and like being like let's send rich people to Mars, like we should have like it be a place for like research and like having everyone be able to learn and experience like everything around us.
Accessible.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
More accessible.
Okay. And what about, would you, if you had a chance to go to space and you
It
could
would
go-
depend on the situation. For
Okay.
me. Like who, what, why, kind of thing, right? I don't think I would just fly up there if I was offered by.
Okay.
But if I had the opportunity to go do something, that'd be cool.
Mhm. What about you?
I think I would go. I think depends on how long I would be up there because it does kind of affect your.
Well, if you could just do like anything, like if you could do any kind of experiment
Oh,
or
yeah,
anything
I
like
would
in
go for
space,
sure, for sure.
what would you do? Like what would you experiment? What would be interesting to you to find out about?
That's more of your alley, 100%. I mean, again, yeah, for me, I think it would just be insane to experience your body's reaction to something like that. You know what I mean? You're in a completely different,
I mean,
like, we just never experienced
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean?
I recently saw a study where they found like a place in like Antarctica, I think, where like the particles indicated that time was moving backwards in like a different kind of dimension, you know? So seeing if there's any sort of thing that indicates that on like a different surface of a planet, you know?
Interesting. Okay. Okay.
For sure.
And then again, my apologies. Advice for me in terms of preserving history. Like what matters to you as I'm doing this work on preserving history? What matters to you? What advice would you give to me?
Well, I think the advice is just to stay curious, to continue learning. That's kind of my perspective on it, at least to the older generation. I think it's really easy to, when you do educate yourself, it's easy to be like, all right, I have this thought, I have this opinion, and then close the door. But it's really important to just keep learning, keep hearing people, keep talking, be uncomfortable. All that stuff's okay. I think as you get older, you don't really want to put yourself in situations like that, which is understandable, but it's good. It's okay to be uncomfortable and learn, try stuff,
Okay.
new stuff,
What about you? What
I mean, for me, the preservation of history is incredibly important.